You've seen quite a bit about ADK, you've seen quite a bit about MCP. And when we talk about ADK and specifically the agent-to-agent protocol, you might be kind of wondering, how does that fit in with MCP and the model context protocol? With ADK and MCP, you have quite a few different options. You can use existing MCP servers within ADK. At the same time, you can expose these tools via an MCP server. So you can build your own MCP server that other clients can talk to and use functionality from ADK where you need it. So with that, I'll kick it back to Ivan for an ADK agent with MCP demo.
Thank you, Ali. So let's quickly show this demo. So how you can integrate an ADK agent. In this case, we are using the ADK agent that acts as a MCP client. We are going to use another agent that we built, but essentially it's the same agent that I was showing you before, except that now, compared to what we've done before, we are integrating an MCP tool. So in this case, we are going to use an MCP tool that will allow me to interact with some Reddit API to collect some hot topic and review what is happening on a particular subreddit. The most important thing that I want to highlight here is that, as before, it's pretty simple to plug in an MCP server in an ADK plugin MCP capabilities. So connecting the ADK agent and turning it as a client to an MCP server. In fact, these are the line of codes that you need to define in order to create server-sent event connections with the MCP server. In this case, we deploy the MCP servers on Cloud Run instance. So I have an endpoint that exposes the server, and I need to wrap this endpoint with the MCP toolset, which essentially will allow me to use this as a tool of my agents. So this is all you need to do in order to take your agent and integrate MCP capabilities. And with that, now our agent is capable to interacting with the external world. And I will show you right now how we can ask about the hot topic on the subreddit of Agent Development Kit. This is exactly the same web UI that we spin up before. So now we are going to select a new agent and we are going to jump here. And we are going to also create a new session. Create a new session. And then let's start interacting with our agents. So in this case, what is happening is that behind the scene, the agent is trying to create a connection with the MCP server. And as you can see, the response is pretty much the same that we received before. But now let's ask a different question. Like, can you tell me about the topics under agent development kit subreddit? So in this case, what we expect is that the agent will use a connection with the MCP server to collect this information, as you can see, and return what are the hot topic, the hot threads in the Agent Development Kit subreddit. But let's see what it's going to produce. Meantime, again, compared to before, you can keep tracking what is happening looking at the web UI. So in this case, as I showed you before, we have a more complex graph where you can see that the agents correctly called the right tool, which is the fetch Reddit hot threads tool, in order to send this request and generate this response. So here you can see the response that has been generated by the agents. And so apparently, Agent Development Kit subreddit, we have some of the topic are multi-agent system architecture, some framework comparison, some technical implementation challenge, and so on. So, but this one gives you an idea of, again, how simple you can integrate an MCP server as a tool, turning your agent in an MCP client, and using these capabilities in order to interact with the external world and build more sophisticated agents.